Celeb Hotspots, I'm Kristi Beckett, and thanks so much for having me. Well, in like 3rd or 4th grade, I started doing musical theater at like our local theater, and then I did professional theater as time went on, and then after that, I really wanted to merge into Broadway, but then I was too old for it. But I still wanted to act professionally as a child, so then I started auditioning for film and TV and put a lot of work into it and auditioned a lot, and then I'm Frankie came along and I auditioned for I'm Frankie, and yeah. Honestly, I thought it was great because I started with my first audition, and it was, since I live in Florida, it was an in-person audition, and it was in Miami. And I live in Vero Beach, which is like 2.5 hours away from Miami. So I drove 2.5 hours to my first audition, and I auditioned for Michaela and Lucia originally. And then I ended up getting a call back for Michaela. And then I went back probably 3 weeks later for my callback. And then after that callback, I got pinned, and they told me that I was going to come in for the test. And so then I had the test, which was also at the same studio where I auditioned the first time. And from the test, I heard like a week after that I'd booked it. Actually, funny story. So my parents found out that I received the role 2 days before they told me. And in order to tell me, they like had my brother set up a camera, and then they put balloons behind my mom. And I remember I was dressed up for something. I think I was going to a show, and I walked down my stairs, and then my mom says to me, "Kristi, I have to tell you something." I was like, "Okay." And then she sat me down, and I actually have a video of it, and she was like, "You're gonna be a Nick chick. You got the role." And I remember that I stood up and I just dropped to the floor crying because I was so excited. It was probably the best day of my life. Michaela, she's considered part of the Mean Girls trio, but I'd say out of the 3, she's definitely the least mean. I don't see her as being very mean. I mean, she definitely has her moments, but she's also very blunt and to the point, where like if she thinks that something's wrong, she'll automatically say it, and she just doesn't hold back. She says whatever she's thinking, and I feel like she's still pretty excitable, and she's definitely very smart. She's very book smart. I'm not sure about street smart, but very book smart. Well, I'd say that Michaela and I are both very excitable, and Michaela's also really blunt, which I'd say that I pretty much say what's on my mind, but then some differences would definitely be that she's part of the Mean Girls squad, whereas I like to consider myself not part of the Mean Girls squad, and I go to a pretty small school, so you're sort of friends with everyone. I'd say that I'm Frankie is about an experimental android who is going to school to sort of hide in plain sight from these evil people who are trying to find her, and as the show progresses, she starts to develop human emotions and has human experiences. And to see what happens, you'll have to watch. I'm Frankie, I feel like there's definitely a bunch of different twists that are put on I'm Frankie because it's a dramedy. So it's a drama and a comedy, and it's definitely a dramedy because there is so much drama jam-packed into those 30 minutes. And also, I feel like in a lot of the shows, there isn't the Mean Girl squad, which I'm a part of. We're all smart, and so we're considered the smart popular girls, which I love that. And I think that usually the stereotype is that the popular girls are not as smart, but I love how in this show it gives the message that popular girls can be really smart too. So I think that's definitely a reason to watch. Well, you can watch reruns that are happening on TNick right now, or you can go on to nick.com and they have all of the episodes uploaded there. Hopefully I'm Frankie season 2, but as of right now, no. But I am out here in LA for a month, and I'm auditioning, and hopefully I'll book something. So my social media accounts are Instagram is Kristi.Beckett, Snapchat is Kristi Beckett, Twitter is Kristi Beckett, and Facebook is Kristi Beckett. So just Instagram, Kristi.Beckett.